finally on live. Oh my word. It was like an act of Congress to get on. There we go. All right. So I had started out on an iPad of all things. Apparently the connection on an iPad, every time I do it, has trouble doing Instagram lives. So then I had to change out the whole tripod connection and put my phone on instead. So, but I'm here and I'm just going to be, do I want to type? Let me just type something real quick. PLC energy update. Okay. All right. So, happy Monday. And I just wanted to come on today and kind of do my little energy update live. And I really don't like the camera angle or anything about this video. Sorry. Okay. Just come on live and talk to y'all a little bit about what's going on with the energy. I channeled a transmission right before the call. And since I'd planned on reading it on my phone, which is now being used for the live, I need to go find it over here. So bear with me while I do that. And why don't we, since energy is just testing us right now, do you really want to do this? How committed are you? It's like, how committed are you to doing this video? Because it put me through the ringer and go live. Oh, goodness. Here. Have some sage. Woo-wee. I do have really good lighting, though, I must admit. Really good lighting. Oh, and the dog's awake. So she's going to start going on. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. So this goes back to today's cards. Where are you? Okay. Today's cards, which I do. I know the tools are all over the place because I don't know what I wanted to do. So we're just going to take that as we go. But the cards that I drew this morning were patience. I've had to have patience while I do this. Oh, that's not patience. That's courage. That's courage. Aw. Fail. So felines have been showing up a lot lately, right? And for me, that's the Lyran energy, if you're a starseed. And of course, I'm wearing a feline shirt. A little leopard guy. So cat energy has been showing up, or feline energy has been showing up a lot for me over the weekend. And you know, we had the major weekend of the moon, the eclipse, and the, what is it, Uranus coming out of retrograde, and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction yesterday. And now we're supposed to be on this whole new, like, 35-year journey, among others, right? So patience was at the bottom of the deck this morning. And I'll draw a few more on the live, but I wanted to read the transmission for y'all that came through. So they said hope, and this is coming from, like I said, I've been working a lot with my Pleiadian star family and the Lyrans. And so they're just part of my guide team right now, along with the archangels are the ones I'm working with right now. And whoever else kind of, you know, they step in and out whenever they need to. But that feels like who is coming through most strongly today. So they said hope. The traveler and the journey begins again. Allowing yourself to release and let go is paramount to having a successful journey. Of course, they always say that, right? You define the success, all right? Only you can define what's successful or not. But know that allowing lets in assistance from the other worlds, as your guides, angels, and star family can now step forward for the ride. Nothing is holding you back, dear one. Success equals courage and confidence to keep going. Which is what happened for me on this video this morning. I was like, okay, it's not working. Sometimes when I see like it's not working, the stuff is not getting set up, maybe that's some sort of message for me to not do something. And so I'll pull back. And I think that that's not really the case. I think that that's all more internal. Sometimes there is a clear, like, no, like you can feel energy's telling you that it's not right for something. So for example, I need to find a new leash for my dog, because she keeps slipping out of her collar and running away. And that's really dangerous where I live. The traffic, there's lots of traffic, and she can run really fast. And like one stride is like really far away, and she's still a puppy. So anyway, I wanted to find a new harness, right? So I'm trying to manifest this new way of working with her in her leash. And as I stepped out of my house the other day, I came across a lady. She was right in front of my house, and I had to put the dog inside to talk to her. And the lady was telling me about how her dog slipped out of its collar, and this collar that she got for it and everything. And I was like, oh, the universe is sending me this lady to tell me about this collar. So that was that. So then I go about trying to find this collar, right? And everywhere I looked, I couldn't find it. And so I just kind of gave up. Like, well, maybe it's not the right time to find this collar. I don't know. And so I felt like maybe that particular time wasn't the right time. And maybe it does feel like I should try it, but maybe I need to wait a little bit and try it later. I don't know yet. I have to say I don't know yet, because I do know ultimately, right? I am my higher self. I do know, but for whatever reason, I don't know yet. It's not time yet. I do want to share with you though, because that brings up this story about being in alignment. Because we always wonder, like, am I in alignment? And right now, let me just take a step back. So we have already started. I have set sacred space. I have called in the higher realms of light and love and source to be in this space. So we are in sacred space, and I have to remember to kind of do that on these calls, because with myself, I have said that I'm always in sacred space, and my guides are always accessible to me, and I no longer like open and close circles and all of that stuff. But I have to remember on these calls, that people are kind of used to seeing that, and if they don't see that, then they may think that they're not, in a protected or safe space. And are your guides here? If you're watching this, your guides guided you to watch this, and that's why you're here. And they're always with you. And they're always around. So am I in alignment? Back to that story. So there was this little game that I was playing along with some people in this business little mastermind group that I follow. And the game was to say, like, to pick an icon or something, and to tell your guides to show you that icon when you were completely in line and in alignment with your goals that you wanted to manifest and the things that you wanted to manifest. So, like every morning, right, I wake up and I do my clearing and all of that stuff. And I'm like, is there anything I need to heal? And then, I think about, I just visualize some of my intentions that I'm working on. And so I picked some of my bigger intentions, and I told my guides, when I'm in alignment, meaning there's nothing left to heal, there's nothing necessarily blocking me, I'm in full alignment to attaining these goals and these manifestations, then I want you to show me. For me, it was a cardinal bird, the bird, a cardinal. And I expected, I was like, I guess I have a lot of work to do. I don't know when I'm going to see this cardinal. Because it just feels like, I've been trying to manifest some of these things forever. Hence the, supposed to be this Saturn-Pluto conjunction is supposed to be kind of changing all that. But I was like, am I in alignment? What's left to clear? Because in all reality, I've been working on some of these goals kind of unconsciously for 5 years now. 5 years. Every year I've been like, okay, here's the same freaking intention again. And part of it was divine timing. I know part of it was divine timing and that I needed to wait until 2020 because I've heard that myself from my guides, and I heard that when I got like an energy reading. It was they didn't say it's not going to be 2020, but they were like, 2020 is going to be your year. So I wondered, like, how long is it going to take to see this red cardinal? The next day, and it's winter here. I'm in the northern hemisphere. It's winter. And the next day I was like, when am I going to see this cardinal? And I opened up Instagram and I was just scrolling through my feed and somebody posted a picture of a red cardinal in a tree. And I was like, holy smokes, I'm in full alignment. Oh my God. No more major work to be done. No more blocks. Okay, so the only thing stopping me is me. And then since then, I've seen the cardinal again several other times. And then I was reminded when I pulled out some of my sacred tools, I have a cardinal feather. And every now and then my eye gets drawn to it. I'm like, oh, they're telling me I'm still in alignment. I'm good. And then this morning I saw a cardinal when I was walking the dog. So now it's just me with the courage. I know some of you need to see this. The courage and the patience. We just have to keep going. We have to keep persevering. And that's what this week is about. It's like we've laid the foundations. Honey, there are tons of foundations in place. They're saying it's about strengthening now those foundations. And it's about getting ourselves out there, putting ourselves out there. So this morning when I couldn't get on the live, I think it was like a test, like, do you really want to do this? If so, you'll just keep going and you'll just persevere. Okay, I'm drawing some cards now. Live. Oh, and they just popped out. Oh, holy smokes. We keep getting that card. Okay, so these are from my Oracle deck. TLC for the soul. And the 3 cards we got, the first card we got was health. Number 9. So, and I've been hearing this from tons of other healers, and I think that this is just a theme for January in general. Like, everyone's focused on their health. Everyone is focused on, their New Year's resolutions and their diets and their physical body and their whatever. So that is just an affirmation from Source that you need to continue to focus on your health. Whatever that means to you, the first thing that comes into your mind when I said health is probably it. And usually for me, the first one that comes into my mind is like something I have to stop doing with my diet or routine or whatever, like something I need to do differently, are usually one of the first things that I get. And you'll see that the heart is really big in this image. And they're saying that those of you watching this are going through a big heart expansion. So there's many chakras. There's not just a heart chakra, okay? There's a higher heart, and there's chambers within the heart. So there's a divine masculine and a divine feminine part of your heart chakra. And everybody's going through some sort of heart chakra recalibration, they're calling it. Divine masculines are going through more of a divine feminine recalibration right now. And to balance that out, divine feminines are going through more of a divine masculine recalibration right now. And I can feel that as well. Usually when I'm going through a heart energy upgrade, I have a lot of like, this is just me, but I have a lot of physical symptoms with that. And ever since, I would say the 12/12, I've been noticing something going on, and it got really intense around the solstice and the end of the year, and it seems to be tapering off a little bit. So, and always if you feel something weird there with your heart, I mean, you do want to go get checked out. I think I know now some of these ascension symptoms, and so I don't get all feeling like I have to go to the doctor. I never go to the doctor, I'll be honest. Maybe I should more, but I never go to the doctor anymore. Unless it was an emergency, and then of course I would go. But just so you know, like, so when I first went through when I was first really consciously going through the awakening process, there was like a week of time where every muscle in my body was like twitching, like electrically, almost everyone, I swear. And I then did have a freak out because I was really tired, and I was like, I would just like have a hot flash, and it wasn't hormonal. And everything, even my eyelids, everything was twitching. Like I had electrical charges going, and it lasted for like a whole week. And I did go to the doctor at that point, and they did a full everything they could do. And there was absolutely nothing wrong. So at that point I knew that was ascension symptoms and just my body being recalibrated to higher energy fields and so forth. So just know that those things could come up. Ascension symptoms could come up. Let's see if there's anything else they want to say about that. They're saying physical is the biggest place you're going to notice it right now, because you've done so much work internally on the spiritual planes, working with clearing emotions and lower energies. And so now the outer has to catch up with the inner, and the outer has to be a reflection of the inner, of your inner self. And so now the outer self is trying to catch up. The physical body is trying to catch up. So there's nobody on right now, but if you were on, I would say, go ahead and we could do like a Q&A at the end. And you could start putting your questions in, but it's Monday and I know people are starting their week out. Okay, the next card we got is yes. And they're saying this is just affirmation of what we said earlier, that there's nothing blocking you. It's all systems go right now. And it's time to move forward with all the things that you kind of set on the back burner and that you thought maybe weren't going to happen. They're saying that those things are going to start being reintroduced to you again. And it's going to be your choice and your opportunity, like whether you want to like keep going with that intention or whether you just want to, choose something else. Because just because we had something a while back doesn't mean that now, we still want to do that particular thing. Sometimes it's good to just go back over some of those intentions we set and say, does that still resonate with me? Or is there a higher dimensional or higher vibrational thing now that I want to do? And then it's certainly okay to release those older intentions to the light and release them to the universe and just say, no, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do that anymore. So we can change our minds at any time. And the last card we got for this week is rest. So the rest card keeps coming up. And so they're saying that with all of these health, physical body updates and things that are going on, with all of this, yes, so all these things that you are going to be reintroduced to, and now you're moving, your path is clear, and so you're taking off and you're getting to work on all this stuff, wherever it may be in your life, relationships or whatever it could be, your career stuff. Along with that, obviously, you need to balance that with resting as much as you possibly can. And that's where we get a lot of our downloads. So I used to hate to take naps. And now they kind of force me to take naps. Like I'll just be like, oh, I'm tired. And I'll just kind of drop down and go to sleep. And usually it's like 20-30 minutes, and you can tell you're getting downloads by the nature of what's happening. Like I'll go into like vision or dream state like right away, and I can tell that a lot of things are being unpacked per se. So for me, what happens is do a lot of sun gazing early in the morning when I walk the dog, and then in the afternoon I'll have to meditate or take a nap to unpack or unlock some of those codes. And my throat is still getting some sort of a reset. My throat. So that's the last thing left since I was sick since the 12/12 when I got the, whatever you want to call it, frequency light upgrade, the flu, frequency light upgrade. Still the throat is left over from that, still going. All right. I'm going to do some light language, and then we're going to do some drumming to kind of ground all that in. I have a podcast too, and I haven't been able to do the podcast because I want my voice to be really crisp and clear, and I just have to constantly be clearing my throat. It just doesn't flow right for me. Okay, so cardinal. So pick your thing and try to play that game, that alignment game. All right, and I already know Pleiadian and Lyran light language are going to come through. So Lyran light language is going to come through again. This is another boost, another transmission for confidence and courage, which was one of the cards we got. And then the Pleiadians always come in to really raise our vibration to like the joy and higher vibrational states of being. And so they'll be coming in to do that. They are saying there's key unlocking codes that they will be delivering as well for that heart chakra opening. So if you are in the process of that, updating your heart energy, then you're going to get those key unlocking codes, which is when the light language for me gets really fast. And those packets of energy, those ones and zeros, as they showed me, it's kind of like ones and zeros, get downloaded to you. All right, so here we go. This is Lyran coming through first. We're doing some solar plexus clearing at the same time we're doing this. Sacral and root as well. El merene snana hari kene turumano orentun merekere aniprona meretara skurma an mene aretur tunama arkireno oretus mene arentera aretenama areketoronu uroni orto tono mene karekete cortono caratono cortono Cortono ranna erekininane rene raturunu riskirianda. And now Pleiadian is coming through. let's do the, they do have one more message about the health that they want me to just share with you, is to pay really close attention, be mindful of messages you're getting from your guides about your health. So, for example, especially if you really resonate with it, like if you really feel like it's for you. So just like with this, I think that this divine masculine heart opening is happening. I told you, and it's causing a lot of physical symptoms for me, and some of them are very uncomfortable. Like a lot of heat, and it's only starting on the masculine side of my body, and it's like this hot flash, but it's only on one side. And all night long I'm waking up, and it's not, part of it, I think there is a hormonal aspect to it, but it does have to do with this sacred masculine, heart opening. And so I was doing something, I was like, why does it hurt so bad behind my ear? So I was kind of doing like a little acupressure. And this is just what happened to me, but I want to share with you how these messages come across so that you kind of are aware of how you could be getting this information. But I was doing like some acupressure, and I was like, ow, this really hurts behind my ears. What in the heck is that? And so I didn't even know, I'm like, what acupressure points are behind your ears? So I got led on like this breadcrumb trail to these acupressure points for me that start behind your ears. This is for everybody. I mean, it's an energy meridian. It's in Chinese medicine, but it's called triple warmer. And it goes from behind your ears down into your ring finger on both hands, on both sides. And at night I was getting like numbness and weirdness like in this finger, and then it goes down your body. And so I was like, what is this? And so I read more about it, and then it led me to like this flower essence folks out on the islands in the Pacific Northwest. They're on Lumi Island, and they make a flower essence specifically for this triple warmer imbalances. And the flower essence, when I read it, was like everything I was experiencing. And it wasn't just for physical, it was spiritual and mental and all of that. So it's very interesting. And right away I was like, I couldn't have found this on my own. I'm like, I have to get this flower essence. It's like, I need it right now. And so that's kind of how your guides could be sharing something with you regarding your physical health. Okay. So just to be open and aware of that, and be curious. Like if you see something that catches your eye, dive into that a little bit further and just ask your guides to show you, what that means. What does it mean for me? So let's ground in this energy, because I can feel a lot of energy from that Pleiadian download. warriors always come through, and that was, I could really feel that like in my solar plexus. So they're saying that that was a song for courage that they would sing to warriors going out on a journey. It's good stuff. All right, y'all. Blessings. I am really thankful that I was able to be with you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being around, watching, liking, accepting this energy. And I hope to see you again soon. I'm not going to make any commitments to how often I'm going to be doing these because it makes me nervous to make these. I want to do these weekly and start coming on with you all more live. So hopefully if you start to see me live now, you'll jump on and not since it's been a while since I've done these, and they were used to really be a lot of fun. We used to have a lot of people on, and we used to draw cards and really have a good time, and so obviously the energy is ripe for us getting back to being in the community again, getting back to getting our faces out there, and getting back to having more of that intimate kind of discussion and focus with folks again. So take care, everybody, and I will see you all again soon. Bye. Are you sure?